I've got to say, Brian, that was the 5th instalment of Magic Round. Is that right?
Yes, I think we've got 2 more years. Do we? Yeah, we've got 2 more years.
For Brisbane.
And they're going to have to then reapply to see if they can. But I can't see it moving.
Oh, it'd be hard to move.
It just works.
It just works. And the Rugby League was outstanding. We all thought the game of the round was the last one, Raiders and the Storm, and it turned out to be exactly that. Raiders off the canvas. Spare a thought for Trent Liero. Spare a thought for Stefano Tuicumanu. And Ricky's Raiders make it 5 on the trot, Brian.
Ricky's Raiders, they are the real deal,
Yep.
my friend. That going up and beating the Storm up there where they've got a percentage rate of winning at 80% up there. I know it goes back to the days of the
Still, there's a big base there.
And for them to get up, as you mentioned, off the canvas, that play by Matty Nicholson.
Oh.
I asked Jamal Fogarty at the end of the game, I said, mate, was that a planned move? He says, yeah, that was when he went offloaded back inside to
KO?
Weeks. Yeah. The chip and chase wasn't. That was just our man, Weeksy. But, yeah, they're in why can't they win? Why can't they win?
There's no reason why they can't, Brian.
No.
And I'll tell you the big test this week. And they're taking on Canterbury, who have definitely been more highly spruiked than Canberra. I went through this. And Canterbury, I'm not knocking Canterbury at all. They're a gun side, tough side. But Canterbury have played 2 top 6 teams only. They beat 1 and lost 1. So they beat the Sharks, who are 6th.
Yeah.
And they lost to...
This
is Canterbury. Yeah, lost to Brisbane.
Yeah, they got
flogged by Brisbane, right? Canberra have played 4 teams currently in the top 6.
Yes, Warriors.
Brisbane. Sharks, Storm.
Yeah.
Won the lot.
Yeah.
Won the lot. So, mate, all I'm saying is in the markets, they should be, in my opinion, equal to the Bulldogs. I think they're as much a chance of winning the comp as Bulldogs. But in the marketplace, it is Bulldogs heavily one side and the Raiders are almost friendless. Not so much friendless, but nowhere near the price of the Bulldogs. For me, do you see them on par?
Well, I do. I think they've got. They just are now backing themselves. So they got the toughness because they're forward pack. You could see how Ricky got them up for it.
Yep.
You know, when it's the old, if they pull the cat's tail, they're getting the old cat.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, they did that. And what I'd really liked about, and Ricky came out yesterday, and I suppose, Manly could have done this, and the Tigers could have done this. Like, I asked Stick last night, I said, has the signing of Fogarty going to Manly, has that played has that been a bit of an issue? And he went, no, it wasn't. He said, because I spoke to Jamal.
Yep.
He told me exactly what he wanted. We can't afford, it was so honest that it's all out now. Like Sticky said, well, we need Jamal for us to make the semi-finals and hopefully win the competition. We need him.
100%.
So Manly have said that. Tigers haven't come out and said that. I just feel that the way Ricky's handled it, and we had him on the show last week, he's just said, look, we can't do anything about it. He's got a young family. That's good as gold, but we're just talking about this year. And there is no reason why they can't win the comp.
So, tourists, crow me on this. Crow me. I couldn't believe the market when it went up. Canberra at home, right?
Yes.
Canberra at home versus Canterbury, they were plus. They were getting a half-point start against the Dogs. Getting a half-point start. The market's now kind of worked it out, and now they're giving up 1.5. I promise you, I can't say I promise you. My best guess is come kick-off, there's no way it's 1.5. It'll be more than the 2 easy. Preston's in big doubt with his suspension.
He's
hanging
gone.
Over his head. Well, he's gone, is he?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Accepted it. Okay, well,
3 weeks? He's looking at 3 weeks, isn't he?
Okay, well, Preston. So they've got this gun. They're going to challenge it, but they've got this gun-packed Canberra. You're already without Satili Tupanua.
Yep.
You're already without Josh Curran, right?
Birdo, is he back?
Burton's back. Burton is back, but I'm talking about this forward pack. Young Jack Todd's out. Young Sam Hughes is out. This is a gun pack in the nation's capital. There's no way in the world, in my opinion, they start minus 1.5. This is 3.5, maybe up to 4.5.
Okay.
Anyway, that's my 2 balls. We'll speak to Sean the Trader very, very shortly. No challenge yet, tourist, did you say? TBC. Okay, that's okay. That's fine, mate. All right, so that's how that shapes up. We've had our say. That was a great game. The Canberra Raiders and the Melbourne Storm. Melbourne Storm lose nothing. That was all without Harry Grant too, mind you. So,
what did you make of that penalty? I didn't think it was a penalty.
Liero.
Yep.
Oh.
Well,
At any stage, you know what?
Tarpany's pulling him down the jersey.
Yeah.
If that's an elbow, he's just trying to move his arm. I think he got that wrong. I'm sorry. Whether or not he had a couple of tattoos underneath those shorts, I'm not too sure.
No.
Maybe all the referees have all got them. We haven't seen this before.
No.
Might be like the Masons.
May the 4th yesterday, Brian.
May the 4th be
May
with
the
you.
4th be with you, and the Empire strikes back. Panthers 32,
Yeah.
Broncos 8. Are they back? Are they?
Origin period coming up.
Or are you more concerned about where the Broncos are at? Where do you land? Column A, column B?
Yeah, I can't see the Panthers making the 8. Sorry.
Still,
I can't.
Nathan Cleary.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that was good. Wasn't that identical? Like, I know they've a lot of these on online socials have put the comparison to the grand final. Have a look at Payne Haas. It's almost the exact. Payne Haas is in both pictures. He just doesn't tie in.
Oh, really?
No.
Wow. Well, he's got every reason not to. He does that much work, Payne Haas. But, wow, there you go. Broncos started 4-1 and only one win since, so they have kind of cheekily hit the wall. Ezra Mann, Brian.
Yeah.
These days they train bloody hard. Would you thrust him straight back into the 17? Or is he bound for the Q Cup?
One game in the Q Cup, I would suggest.
Yep.
Yeah, one game.
Okay. All right.
The interesting thing is what's going to happen with Ben Hunt.
Well, that has a knock-on for Corey Pakes, which has a knock-on for Billy Walters. And,
Yeah.
you know, so do you put him there?
Or is Ezra going to come off the bench?
Walsh, when he comes back, I mean, Cobbo's doing a great job, but Walsh goes straight to fullback, doesn't he?
Yeah. I feel that.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is how hard this competition is. They were world beaters last week when they beat the Dogs. Panthers were very good, mind you. Nathan was phenomenal. So was Isaiah Yeo.
We haven't seen him back it up yet this year.
No.
Penrith. So
They did this to the Chooks.
Yep.
And that's when I thought, it might come good, but then they were terrible at Combank.
And a big win in Vegas. They couldn't back that up after 2 weeks.
It's a Combank curse.
Well, mate, they missed Panther Park.
They like Allianz.
They do like Allianz.
And they like Suncorp.
Bulldogs 38. They had a horrid visit to Suncorp Stadium last week. They got another crack at it this week. 38 points to 18, just too sharp. And, Jacob Carraz, he was just brilliant. Speaking about Sky Blue, Brian.
Yeah, well, there's a chance. I did notice that there's reports that Zachy Lomax will be back and Brian To'o. So if they come through unscathed, they're going to be. But he's next in line. What about Marky Mark?
Yeah.
Is he a chance?
What, for the Blues?
Yeah.
No.
Hey?
He's behind him.
Am I settling?
Yeah. No. Marky Mark.
I'm not crowing. I'm just saying. What's Cooper crowing? What are you doing? That looks like a... Did he? I know. I'm getting caught up, but God, I just love watching him play.
Oh, yeah. No, he's going great, but he's behind Kiraz. I mean, Kiraz.
Oh, yes, he's behind Kiraz. We never know.
And you never know, Brian. But as for the Gold Coast Titans, they're in trouble. 5 straight losses for the Titans. They've conceded 30 or more in each of those losses, which is a bigger problem for Coach Hasler. I tell you what, if you're Justin Holbrook, you've got to be sitting back going, well,
yeah.
Am I back in conversation, folks? Like, he has to be, doesn't he? He has to be back in the conversation, Justin Holbrook, when it comes to a first-grade spot.
He's going to go back there, you think?
Well, mate.
I know. Yeah.
You know what? Funny you say that. Like, I think Dez's contract at the end of next year, if things don't improve, and if they were to go in a different direction, I actually wouldn't rule out if they'd knock on his door again, which would be...
Well, he knows all the players.
He knows all the players.
It didn't end... I mean, it ended pretty... It was a shock to everyone.
It was.
Titans, I just can't get a read on them. You look at their pack and you just go, what is going on? Albeit there's no genuine half. They don't have an organisational halfback just saying, right, get out of my way. We're doing this. It's all very haphazard, isn't it? They're always trying to score. They're not real patient.
This time tomorrow, 12 minutes to 4 o'clock, Teamless Tuesday will be getting ready. Just about now, this time tomorrow, Tourist will be sneaking off to change his shirt because he's about to come on TV for Teamless Tuesday.
Can you wear your kilt tomorrow? Can we rent you Can you wear your kilt in for Teamless?
I'll bring my kilt.
Can you please?
I don't. Yes.
Just wear it, Tourist. Come on. If you're really proud about it, wear it like you're proud about it.
If
right?
not, I'll wear it. Is it wrong? Is it like wearing underwear? Like you can't once you wear it, I can't give it back. Is it
you
fine?
can give it back. It's fine.
I'm not going to wear any Reggies.
Okay.
All right. Kieran Foran could be on that team list. That's where I was getting to. Kieran Foran could be back into the team. He is scheduled to be back in the team, so we'll see how that plays out. The Mighty Tigers 34, Dragons 28. And I'm sure you've all seen this by now. That Jaden Sewer drop ball over the line.
Poor kid.
don't think I've ever seen anything like it, where a player has made such a monumental mistake and it's swooped upon. Like, if it wasn't already acupuncture to the eyeballs for Coach Flanagan, then it's picked up and Buller right before halftime scoots the journey.
I know.
And they actually did quite well to finish up 6 points in a deficit.
This was the game that we called, and he was just when he was coming off. Like, all the players were saying, don't worry about it, because they were coming for him. It was a 12-point swing for them, and he just what can you say? There's nothing. Just mistakes happen.
But not only did it happen, like, worst possible time as a player, you don't even get to make a tackle after it. Like, you're straight in the sheds. Yuck.
Oh, poor kid.
Poor Flanagan. Flano's head was spinning off, and you can understand why. Jerome Luai and Galvin, they seem to have made up. That all seems hunky-dory, Brian.
Yeah. Jerome Luai, I noticed he was coming off that left foot a little bit more.
He was.
Coming back, stepping back in, running a lot more. Yeah, they're a good side. Thoughts on LKT?
I tell you my thoughts on him, actually.
King Tongia.
I actually thought the Tigers missed him. He only made 17 tackles. I bet you Coach Webster, Chromie Tourist, Chromie. If Coach Webster saw what I saw, and I'm sure he has, he's far smarter than me, he's going to make 30-plus tackles this week. It's a big step up fitness-wise from reserve grade. And I saw him a couple of times, back-to-back efforts. He was gassed, heavily gassed. He'll be making 30-plus tackles this week.
Yeah.
He'll be making 30-plus tackles.
He looked pretty good He looked pretty good with the ball, though.
Yeah, of course he does. Yeah. But as you know, Brian, it takes you a good month to adjust to the speed of NRL. You reckon something like that?
Yeah, and it was quite greasy out there, and they're obviously pissed down, so it wasn't great for ball handling. Terrell May was terrific. So is his front row partner, Pole.
Yeah, Pole. Mate, Freddie last year, he was a big rap on Pole. He's a chance of being a rep player also at some point.
Well, it's funny how the prototype of the front rower now, it's that. You've got to be quick. You've got to have good change of direction. You've got to be able to offload. You've got to, Terrell May, he's a bit like Andrew Fafiti now. He pops across the field for an offload.
Yep.
Days of the Shane Webkes are gone if you're a front rower.
Mate, Jareem Buller is blessed. Like, if you're a fullback and you've got someone like that, like a Terrell May, you are blessed as a fullback. Absolutely blessed. I'm sure you love the efforts of the Gerringong boys too. The Eagle, Egan and Hamish Stewart, they're impressive for the Dragons as well. Warriors 30 defeat the Cowboys 26. And Brian, you tipped it in the, was it called the alternate commentary?
I think it was just called the dog shit commentary. That's what I think the official name was. You're not very good commentary. It's funny. You get down when you get on the ground. You get a little bit more of an intel. Like you can see if the ruck's a bit slow, players are not getting back on side, and we could just see a little bit of shift in momentum.
Yeah.
Tell you what, that was Aaron Clark's best game I've ever seen him play.
Well, you said, to which he got very, very protective, Nathan the Eel. You said, well, you can see why they let Dylan Walker go.
Yeah.
And to which he said, oh, hang on.
Did he?
No, but Aaron Clark was great, wasn't he?
Clark was great. I tell you what they need to do. Every time, if I'm Luke Metcalf, I'm kicking after every time Leka Halasima runs the ball. Oh. They can't get him down for one. No. They can't get him on his back. It's the quickest play of the ball I've ever seen.
Yep, he's a gun.
Is he going to be?
And I love how
you don't know what he's doing.
No, I love how he's dyed his hair.
Yeah,
he's a bit of a. He could be the most exciting back rower there since Ali.
Yeah,
you reckon?
But he doesn't really know at the moment. He's just doing everything. Like they just give him an early ball to just go for your life. Imagine when he starts running like proper holes and lines. Oh, he's going to be a freak.
What about the Mickey Award early? And we'll get to this later on with the Mickey and the A grades. Andrew Webster. Yeah. You lose. This is how you lose, folks. You lose Sean Johnson, who, what a career he had. Did he win a Golden Boot, Sean Johnson?
Yes, he did.
He did. So you lose Sean Johnson. You lose Aden Fanua-Blake.
Yeah.
And you lose one other big name. Who else did they lose? Tohu Harris.
Yeah.
Tohu Harris, club hero. And you lose those three. And when they won this game against the Cowboys, temporarily, they were equal leaders of the competition.
Temporary layoff. Good times.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you believe that? Like that.
JJ.
That is just.
We call them JJ.
JJ. Blow for the Cowboys, Ruben Cotter. He's looking at a 2-game suspension. And they did it without the hyphens again. No RTS, no JFH, and no DWZ, who may be back this week. DWZ.
Yeah, look, the Holic will be all. Sorry, Holic, if you are listening, I couldn't get up there. The Holic had a bit of a do, a bit of a meet and greet.
Did he?
Up there, but I couldn't get there. So Holic, but I'm sure all the Kiwis will be excited. Cowboys just left their run a little bit too late.
Good team, though, the Cowboys.
Cowboys are you could see what they did. They almost got them towards the back end.
Every week, Nanai scores. Every week, Purdue scores. Every week, Murray Talangi scores. That's what those three just keep finding away.
This was a terrific game. This was the game of the round until the Raiders of the Storm.
Raiders of the Storm. Brian, you got to catch up with him after the game. Terrific fellow. I don't know him so well. I've met his dad and had a beer with his dad a few times. Great fella. But Lukey Metcalf, you were saying to me that you couldn't believe how
vocal he was. Yeah. When you see him, he's like an altar boy.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a quite shy sort of kid. And I asked him, amongst other things, we're having a bit of fun, but I said, mate, why? Like, you were always coming through as a running 5'8". I said, was it a big step up for you? Did Andrew Webster say to you, look, we're thinking about putting a 7? He goes, oh, no. As soon as Sean Johnson's retired, I went up to Coach Webster and said, I want to run the team.
Really?
Yep. He said, I think I can do it.
Wow. Well, he's doing it. What a great... Can they hang on for top 4?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, they can hang on for top 4. Well, it's always the way. Like we always say it every year. They don't lose too many in Origin.
No.
They're getting James Fisher-Harris back. They'll probably lose Mitchie Barnett. He might be on the bench.
They will lose Mitch Barnett.
For the Blues.
They'll lose him.
Maybe Wade Egan. But Aaron Clark, game of his life. He was in everything.
Okay, Knights 30 defeat the Rabbitohs 4. Geez, the Rabbitohs have hit the wall. I know people joke around, you're a South Sydney hater. I'm not a South Sydney hater.
You are.
I'm saying that. Roosters are above them now.
Yeah. Dunny.
What's he said?
No, I'm just saying. Unleash.
Okay, unleash the beast. Anyway,
I think it was Reptile who said, I know that was last year with the tattoo.
What was... Yes.
That was the
only Shaminder. I said the Tigers. Something. Tigers
and Titans.
He goes, if the Tigers win this, I'll put a...
I'm pretty sure, Reptile, you said something similar this year again. I think you doubled down saying if the Roosters beat the Bunnies home on the top ladder, you'll get one of the ranked tattoos, ranked touch judge tattoos that I saw the other day.
Well, Dunny writes this. He said, can you get Blake Solly on? What's doing at Heffron? We're getting too many injuries.
Oh, no. Now they're turning on each other. Dunny, stay solid, brother.
Stay solid, Dunny.
Stay solid. You're not from Coogee, you're from Maroubra. You don't turn on each other.
And Fletcher Sharper hat-trick.
Oh, how good.
How good. But it's just hungry hippo at the moment. Missing 5 key members of the back line. There was no Latrell, no Cody, no White, and in the end, no Humphreys. He's expected back this week. No Tyron Munro, no AJ. So
Peter Mamazoulis.
Yep.
It looks like he's gone. Dislocation of the elbow, they're saying.
Yep.
So he's gone.
They're struggling through the middle. There's a lot of tries going through the middle. Like Cogger dives over. Max King the other week scored.
Started off good, didn't they? Wayne had him firing. So this is what it is. You go, it's, what do you call it? It's highs and troughs, lows and troughs.
Yeah.
Highs and...
Yeah. It's a roller coaster.
Troughs and peaks.
Troughs and peaks.
Peaks and troughs.
Peaks and troughs, troughs and peaks.
Swings and roundabouts.
Ducks and drapes, according to Gibbo.
A lot of ducks. Drive for show, putt for... I can't get that right.
Spondula.
I'm going to come up with something. That's
Roosters 36 defeat the Finns 26 and James Tedesco. I mean, you know the funny thing is, he's playing, the last 2 years, he's arguably playing better than when he was a late MZ to get picked for New South Wales.
Yeah, he is. And it's just every week's the same. He runs for his 200 metres.
Yep.
He'll lay on a couple of tries. He's doing everything. Unfortunately, I think Dylan Edwards will still be the fullback.
I think so.
Game 1.
Yep.
But this was good. This was the Roosters. Oh, we said they'd make the 8, and now
they're on their way.
We might be right. Victor Radley was great. And the fact that Shannon Smith was out, Hugo Savala, I just thought that was, for a kid who's 18, 19, his 7th game, he was very calm, collected.
Great job. They're doing the right things at the moment. And horror draw. They had to play the Panthers twice, Broncos twice in the first 8 rounds. Yes, they haven't been at their best, but you still got to get up for these big games. I tipped the Roosters here, and when Sandon Smith went down, I went, this is going to be tough now, but what a win.
Yeah, Connor Watson just jumped straight in. We talked about the front rows. Just there's some good young front rows going around. Nafahu White, every week he's
Mate, he's a bolter. He's a bolter in this series.
Yeah.
I reckon, mate, he's flying. He's a bolter.
And the kids they've got coming through, Rabbitohs, there's been big raps on him. We're just starting to see what he can do. You know, he got a couple of tries, but our man on the right wing.
Okay.
Mark him.
Crow me, tourist. Crow me, please. We saw the name change of KL Hero to KL Hero. I heard an interview, and I hope this happens because I love it. I heard an interview with James Tedesco, and he said, we love Bobby. We love Bobby. Bobby Toya. How long till we see Robert Toya
is now Bobby
Toya?
I don't mind it.
I love Bobby Toya.
Now, my horse is racing. I'm sorry, I missed this. This is in Gunnedah. Where is Sacred Delago? Just sorry, guys.
Doesn't have the red and green,
no,
does it?
because it's gone to another. Or is he? Or is it crazy bastard? No, he's nowhere to be seen. I think he ran a tidy ninth.
No, did he now? Bobby Toya wouldn't run ninth.
Bobby Toya.
You've got to change it. It's a game like. I'm not disrespecting Robert, but Bobby Toya, that's just a superstar.
Sounds like he's a NASCAR driver.
Bobby Toya.
Bobby Toya. And he grew up in a trailer park. You know, trailer park crash. Wears overalls.
Yeah, from hard done by to the heights of his sport. Bobby Toya. Oh, what about that? It was going to be the greatest try we've seen in some time. The Roosters razzle-dazzle.
Yeah.
And then,
Zach Docker-Clay, unfortunately. But still, they're going good, the Chooks.
They are.
Considering where they were in the first couple of rounds.
Yep.
They're starting, they do this quite often. They start really, they look like they're unfit. They must get flogged in the off-season and the pre-season. And then they sort of must ease up on their training because they come out of the blocks.
I know.
Maybe it's all part of the sports science of these days. I don't know, but it's good to watch.
Sharkies 28 defeat the Eels 18. Nico Hines starred. 3 try assists. I tell you what, the lines they run. On one side, Britton Nakora charging in like that, inside shoulders.
Yep.
And KL Hero on the other side doing the same thing.
Yeah, no, this was good for Nico. I was happy for Nico. He took the line on. The Eels. Yeah.
You know what?
They're struggling a little bit there.
Yeah, they are. You know what? I've looked at this game very closely, and it was 28-18. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. But if you break it down, there was that try where McGuinness squeezed through a hole with 2 of them sort of connecting. That's not going to happen too much. What Will Kennedy did for that try where he sweeps around, puts it on the boot, that try is not going to happen too much. There was a lot of tries that were scored against Parramatta. I reckon 4 of the 5 tries, most teams would not score. But I think they win this week.
Okay.
I think Parramatta are going to, sometimes the score line does not tell you the whole picture. 28-18, I think they're much closer than you think. It's been a big Crow day.
It was 28-10, wasn't it? They were cruising.
Yeah.
This is what the Sharks do. The Sharks always take their foot off the pedal and the metal, and away we go.
Yeah, not many people are going to run that KL Hero line. Not many people are going to run that Britt Nickera line. They're up against the Dolphins this week, and I think they've got the Dolphins this week. This is going to be a mighty challenge for them. I think the Eels can win that game. Sam Stone Street, all he does is score doubles. 14 games, he scored in 8 of them. He scored doubles in each of those 8 games. Is that right? In all those 8 games, he has scored doubles. He is a double-scoring machine.
You're still here? We'll see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio. Because if you don't, you're an A grade. But if you do, you're the absolute Mickey.